Hello all, and welcome to a quick look at Kidnapped, a horror game currently available on Steam, very much in the vein of Dark Descent or Resident Evil. Setting wise, not a lot of options, and it is a Unity asset flip, so let's dive in and find out what its problems actually are. So here we are in game. And it's a bit of a mixed bag. The first part, you're set in the first chapter, you're set in this rather spooky mansion, very Resident Evil vibe. There's a few Resident Evil style puzzles in here. Also a lot of Dark Descent, and these are the Dark Descent style cubbings going on, things like that. But like Amnesia, it's not one of these naff horror games that just thinks making everything dark and pitch black equals horror. You find little documents scattered around. Quite nice. Little atmosphere builders more than anything. Some of it's story related, of course. Story is pretty much drivel though. Very incoherent in places. But for one of the Unity asset flip games, it's a saving sign, I thought it was. Yeah, very much Unity asset flip, but this first chapter is very well done. There are a few jump scares here and there, but it's not jump scare heavy like a lot of these games. So you actually get a decent flashlight. Very much fetch questy, of course. Go from A to B, find a key, get to C. Find things to unlock doors. So, whilst nothing new, it's definitely one of the better ones out there. However, there's our first clue about how things are going to go downhill. Bullets. Mrs. Lewis came to see me today. She asked me how I was doing. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Yeah, story. Let you read it for yourself. This is chapter 1. Nicely paced, good eerie vibe. It's one of these mansions that changes layout as you progress through the game. Sadly, this is the best the game gets. Little lock-picking mini game, of course. Move your mouse to change the pin position, or in this case the screwdriver position. Now you indeed move it. Hey, success. So yes, definitely one of the better Unity asset flips so far. But let us use the magic of video editing. We'll jump forward in time to see how quickly it goes downhill. Alright, let's find out. And ta-da! As if by magic, we're here at chapter 2. And yes, this is where things start to go downhill rapidly. Chapter 2, a Dark Descent. So at least they wear their influences firmly on their sleeves. They're not hiding it. Gosh, what can we do with this big scary monster chasing us? Should we run? Should we run, dear viewer? Let's strafe jump instead. That's not really as... Oh hello, he's caught me up this time. Normally he doesn't get anywhere close to catching you. Oh, this is quite palpitating as far as the old heartbeats go. All very dramatic music. Atmospheric rockfalls, slowing me down, dragging me to my doom. Can we escape the horror? Can we indeed? Oh no, where did that hole come from? Gosh. Maybe it was a nightmare, maybe it was a dream, who knows. So this is chapter 2. In these samey looking empty cabins. story. Only way to open the door is to activate the 4. Only then can you proceed. A new way is opens, I concede. Oh dear. So let's walk around these bland cabins for a bit. That was the enemy that you saw there. The mannequin, of course. The tried and trusted trope of horror. You need to find these little... there's one. These little statuette things. Pillars, icons, I'm not sure really what you would call them. And you activate them to open a door at the other end. So yes, the combat is also pretty dire, but I'll probably use the magic of jump cutting very soon to go to chapter 3 because it is just this, and you shoot a few of those dull mannequin things. Which one has the gun? For some magical reason we can't pick up a perfectly good pickaxe for a weapon. Which in this situation is probably the very first thing I would actually do. Is it that way or is it the other? I think it's the other. There's these little doors kicking around but they don't do anything, you can't go anywhere with them. And occasionally you get jammed on the graphics down here. So after the promising start of the mansion, with its good eerie Resident Evil vibes, the game starts going downhill rapidly. This rather dull cabin crawler FPS shooter section. And sadly the game doesn't really recover from this point. I think it's 5 chapters in total. The game's only about 2 hours long. Ah yes, the gun. Just up here. There we go. Again, why is an old pistol sitting around here? It's a bit of luck. I came out and got kidnapped wearing my best shooter gloves. And that's the ADS, the aim down sight, for those who perhaps don't know the acronym. Yes, you pick up a set of binoculars in the house. So yes, I'll finish off this dull dishwater bit here, and then I'll... Actually, I think there might be some combat just down here. Let you see the excitement for yourself. Yeah, you do have a sprint, but it's one of these short, irritating, limited sprints. I think there's... At least they're not stingy with ammunition, which is a good thing for what's coming up. You'll need quite a bit of this stuff. Worth looking around the mansion for it. I'm sure there was some combat down here. Ah, there we go. Can you... What sounds like a asthmatic steam train? Looks even worse than it sounds. Yes. I say sadly it doesn't really pick up. So yes, I'll use the magic of jump cutting here, and we can go forward into another little one of the 4. Oh, for health, we've got plenty of health. I'll leave that till later. Come on. Yes, with the magic of jump cutting, because sadly the game goes downhill even further. So here we go. Chapter 3, The Wilderness. You have a semi-open world part of the chapter here where you wander around, and by this point you just get the feeling the guy's given up attempting to make a horror game. So what do we do here? Oh, well, there we go. Believe it or not, I think I'm being attacked here. Oh, I'm definitely being attacked there. It's Unity Bear. 4 rounds, rapid fire. So what do? Eventually, we have to skin the animals. There's a sort of altar thing, and you have to put the animal pelts on the altar. Ah, Unity dear. Stand still, old chum. I'll make this quick and painless. Ah, here's our old chum again. Sometimes getting these hitboxes to come up is a pain. It's also worth noting in some places, as is typical with Unity, to get some pretty bad performance drops. Haha, sneak attack. Yeah. Your mum. And that is this whole level, is just wandering around these random dropped Unity assets. Kind of occasionally teleporting into the... Oh, forgive my poor editing there. That bug that flew me up into space also stopped my recording, I didn't realise. So we're back again. We're still wandering around the empty wildlife forest. At least it let me keep my pelts I'd collected. So this sums up Kidnapped, really. Buggy, there's some odd performance issues. I say it's a shame because the mansion level is not too bad. It gets off to some nice start. Has some promise for a Unity asset flip. But yeah, by now the guy's just given up. The levels that come after it don't get any better. They're sort of pretty dull and predictable. Some sort of church thing where you do some really minor puzzles. And then there's a sort of temple thing, I think it is. I forget now, offhand. So yes, a game of promise that was never fulfilled. It was one of the early access games. It's hard to say it's complete with the bugs, performance issues. So really, the only highlight is I think it's £2 on Steam. So there's that to be said for it. It's cheap. Oh come on, where's the hotbox? And yeah, that's all you do in this bit. I say that's the only thing you do. I can't see any animals now. Luckily, normally if you just stand in that one spot, you get half of the animals you'll need there and then. So anyway, guys, this concludes Kidnapped. And not really a lot more I can add. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and let me know you're alive. And as ever, thanks for watching. Bye now.